The interesting and the new details coming out today is the intermediate goal. After Israel does finish its operation inside the Gaza Strip, what is the transition period going to look like? Because Israel has long maintained that it does not want to occupy Gaza for an indefinite amount of time, but now saying in this plan that there will be a short-term military presence. They say this is indefinite, how long that period will last, but that it will not last forever. Very unclear exactly how that. And another point is that they want to try and create a security barrier inside the Gaza Strip. We have heard rumors from the Israeli military for months now, because we know that part of the plan of bringing back some of these residents from these border communities, that they want to make sure that it is safe for them to continue to live here. Some of these communities are less than a mile away from the Gaza Strip border, and Israel has long maintained this is not a situation that is sustainable, durable, and the security situation simply will not allow it. This part of the plan is likely to face some resistance from the United States, who has long maintained that any kind of plan will not see any kind of infringement on the territory of the Gaza Strip. Another goal of this is also that Israel would take over control of the Egypt-Gaza border. Egypt has been in control of this border for years now, and it has long been a source of contention between Israel and Egypt, because Israel has long maintained that this is used to smuggle weapons into the Gaza Strip. We know Israel and Egypt for years have also been working on trying to strengthen the security apparatus on that border to try and prevent and make sure that they are working together to prevent weapons and other extremists from using this border crossing to bring in weapons and other ammunition and other things that are against the Israeli blockade into this. So it is very unclear how Egypt will actually respond to this proposal. Another part of this is that it would see Israel take over all areas west of Jordan bordering on the Gaza Strip. So clearly some long-term plans and short-term plans with some big goals for how exactly the Israeli military is going to try and facilitate this transition after the operation is done, to how to try and return life to normal, both for the communities on the Israeli side of the border, but also to see what a Gaza post-war is going to look like.
All right. Also, Mary, the IDF appearing to clear the way for southern evacuees to return home after nearly 5 months. They said yesterday no security issues were preventing a return to the communities near the Gaza border.
That's absolutely right. So these are 18 communities, and important to stress that these are not all of the communities. The ones who are very near the border, the ones who are lying less than 4 kilometers from the Gaza Strip border, these are not communities that have yet been given the clearance. The Home Front Command and the Israeli government and the Israeli military continue to be in negotiations and discussions to see how exactly they can return some of these communities. And for many of those, this will be a case-by-case basis. Of course, many of these communities on October 7th were the hardest hit by this infiltration into Israeli territory. Many of these communities have been largely destroyed. We're outside Kfar Aza, where many parts of this community have also been destroyed. So it's not just a matter of whether it's a security situation or security risk to bring these residents back. It's also the matter of infrastructure and rebuilding some of these communities, many of whom were razed to the ground. But the communities that are over 4 kilometers from the border, they have now been given the all clear. So these are 18 different communities. And the Home Front Command also putting out the warning that while they have been given the clearance to return back, that does not mean it is an all clear situation for these communities, especially today. 2 of these communities yesterday, actually, Mefalsim and Nir Am, these are communities that they said that it was safe to go back to. Yesterday, we saw rockets being fired at these communities. There were no damages or injuries because they were intercepted, but just goes to show and prove the point that all residents who are being told to remain or to come back to these communities must still be aware this war is ongoing. There is still the danger of rocket fire. It is not necessarily meaning that this is the all clear and everything is safe for these communities, but we have begun to see, even before this decision, many of these residents have already returned to their homes. So now it is just an official clearance for them to do so.
Right. All right. Mary, thank you very much. We'll check in with you.